Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. And Governor O'Malley, I was very heartened by your opening statement. I appreciated the fact that you candidly acknowledged that the Social Security system is not where it ought to be in a number of areas. You heard me outline some of them. You outlined some of them. You've heard others today as well. And I heard you say that you feel that there's a way to get the Social Security Administration to perform at its peak and best levels. And I appreciate that. You know, today in the United States, I think that people have a feeling about government agencies in general, not just the Social Security Administration, but maybe the word government bureaucracy or symbolizes what people think, or maybe the notion, well, that's good enough for government work, the comment you've probably heard before. This notion that we just are not getting performance from not only the Social Security Administration, but from pretty much any government bureaucratic agency today. We have concerns about every one of them not performing the tasks that they need to perform and doing them efficiently and at a high caliber standard. If you are confirmed, what would be your top areas of focus with respect to making sure that the Social Security Administration performed at that peak level that it ought to be performing at for customer service?
Yeah, Senator, I believe the top priority is for as large as Social Security is, there are lagging indicators that are pretty clear that we have to meet. But what is not as clear are the measurements on the tactics and the strategies and the actions that will drive you to the lagging indicators. In other words, people can gather around the table every month and stare at the hold times on the 800 number or the backlog and shake their heads and wag fingers, but that's not what's going to improve it. You actually measure the leading actions. And in my advice that I've provided to other mayors and governors across the country, you know, everybody wants the dashboard on the end indicators. But what we really need are leaders that bring people together to ask the questions about whether the actions, tactics, and strategies are driving us there. That's what we need to do at Social Security, I'll stop there.
Well, thank you. You actually anticipated my second question, because I was going to ask you, how do you measure this? How are you going to measure this and get to the objectives? I look forward to seeing how you approach this, and maybe that can be in this 30-day report that Senator Wyden asked you
Very
about
good.
to give us some ideas about that. For my last question, I'd like to talk to you about information technology investments. The Social Security Administration's information technology plays a critical role in the agency's ability to serve the public. And while the SSA has taken steps to modernize its IT, there is still a lot of work that needs to be done to reduce its reliance on legacy systems and increase online service offerings. If confirmed, what would be your top areas of focus with respect to modernizing the SSA's information technology?
Yeah, Senator, we need to bring in the best people, not only across our federal government, like at U.S. Digital Service, but we need to be open to private sector and the things they're already doing that we can learn from. I will need to do a rapid assessment of systems, the alignment of those systems, and in doing so, there are two people that are going to be forefront in my mind. The customer, so customer-centered approach. How is the customer being served? And directly related to that, what is the experience of the frontline worker? I have heard stories about SSA waiting years and years for some minimal viable product to finally roll out, only to have the workers demoralized and throw up their hands and say, this doesn't work for us. It adds more time for us. So I'm looking forward to sitting down beside those workers. One of the important things to remember as an executive is your job is not to have all the answers. Your job is to listen to the people that do, at least when it comes to the things that they do. So That's related to the technology, that is system assessments. I think it's really, really important to have a robust IV&V contractor looking over the shoulder, not somebody that's friends with the prime, but to do the independent verification and validation so that we don't have the overruns, the delays.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very logical. There's not enough logic around here. Thank you. Senator Grassley's next.